Hello, good afternoon. Here, smart students of management, third year honors. I'm here delivering my lecture. Though we had to conduct this delivery in the classroom, but sorry, audience is not in front of me. You are just staying far away. But we need to maintain it because we need to keep our students with our touch. In this point of view, Mohammadpur Kendriya College is the pioneer academic institution in Bangladesh. Several digital labs are here, but I myself, I do like, I am a lover of ecology, you know. So I like to deliver my lecture in the corridor, which is very much concerned and connected to the different, here, huge garden. You see beautiful flowers, orchids, everything. Also a nice garden in the corridor in front of the psychology department. And also here, palm tree. Different rare trees are here. Also, our nice buildings with nice advanced sophisticated elevated buildings, high-rise buildings. Also we are going to construct several buildings to boost up our total academic system up to date to match the challenges, modern world or job market challenges. And then there is also a decision from Ministry of Education and from National University. Our gorgeous principal, Sir Professor Sir Jafar Ali, is very dynamic. He advised us and arranged accordingly digital delivery system. And I am here in the corridor because this is your campus. I just interested to show you your own campus, your playground, at the same time your academic building. So what do you like actually? And so many students ask me, sir, it's better, it's fine, as you're delivering a lecture in front of your classroom. Just you are in front of your classroom actually, though you are far. Anyway, today we would like to discuss about the status, job status, position of individual or of a certain boss, certain executive, or even the mid-level, senior level, or top-level management. Keith Davis says the status system reaches its ultimate and with status symbols. Some symbols are there also. In a work organization, status provides a system by which people can relate to one another as they work. If I am not with sufficient status, then how can I order my subordinates? How can maintain my subordinates workable? In that point, they should have a very specific status. Designation, name of my position, designation, whether it's white collar or blue collar job, chamber, how far the quality of the furnitures, fixtures, and a beautiful smart PA is sitting in front of my room. That is also question. And that smart lady can fluently speak English, very smart delivery, and very skilled and expertise having over computer, communication is skill. Like this thing, at the same time, quality of the furnitures, quality of the screen, different tools, what we use during our decision-making time or regular functioning. At the same time, organizational level, distribution of workload among subordinates, facilities what I am enjoying, At the same time, if there is automobile or vehicle facilities supported to a certain mid-level, senior level manager, all these things, these are the indication of someone's status. So, this status, the sources of status are with some points you need to follow. That is the number one. Education. If someone is the chief engineer of a certain manufacturing plant, that gentleman must be chief engineer, so he should have the academic background in engineering. And if he passed or attained a degree, graduation or post-graduation from WET, then positively he is to hold the highest status. And the job level, what is the job level? Whether someone is in the lower management level, mid management level, or upper management level. What is his position? That should have to be clearly expressed. So someone is given, he is a senior level managerial position holding. If someone is senior manager, the mid level position. Someone is, executive, up to senior executive, this is the lower level management. Then ability, and what is his ability actually, and how far he can continue and conduct his activities, how far he can contact to his senior or junior or the surroundings. That is his ability. Then types of work, what sort of work. If he is physically involved, excessive, then that is one thing. And if he is not so, if he is for brainstorming, he is working with brain, then another thing is this policy making body. Then amount of payment, yes, what is the amount of payment? His regular salary, someone is holding in a certain, maintaining a certain scale, or if it's per hour basis, then generally it indicates the lower level employee. Per hour also, technically experts guys are having a higher rate of wage. Then method of payment. Yes, what is the system of payment? Yes, is it annually, monthly, weekly, or daily? If daily, then it indicates this status is lower level. If weekly, also its indication is the lower level payment. If monthly, then we can think it's mid-level in nature. At the same time, senior level. At the senior level or the top level management is very lucrative in nature, very smart. They may get salary monthly basis, quarterly, 6 monthly, or even it can be annually. And this is the thing. And then there is a question of the seniority. From the seniority point of view, we need to understand, yes, as per his position, if someone is a general manager, that maybe there is a question whether so many general managers are there in a giant organization. In that case, someone may be senior. Mr. John is the senior most general manager in this organization. Obviously, that Mr. John is enjoying and having a higher salary at the same time and holding and enjoying multiple facilities. He is with a very nice automobile vehicle, full time. Also, the apartment where he is living, that is also fine. Also full-time PS with him. That is the thing. Like this way, his position indicates what sort of benefits he will be able to enjoy. And then there is a working condition. Working condition is a very important thing in all respect. Basically, a few years before, there is a very critical situation prevailing in Bangladesh, that because of union, labor union was a very critical situation. Labor organizations, they are very unrest. They don't like to maintain professional atmosphere. They don't know what is the actual norm. So, say for a senior level GM, he is sitting in his office, union leaders coming and they are creating pressure and behaving like a nonsense. And this is a very unhealthy atmosphere. These labor unions, but labor organizations, such type of organizations, so many countries are collapsed because of their over political activity. Actually, they don't, instead of enjoying the right of the workforce, rather they enjoy their personal right, personal interest more. Anyway, There are two sources as far as status. Number one, there is the internal source. Number two is the external sources. Internal source, as per this, has been designed and chalked out in the organization level. And another is the nature of the organizational work. What sort of works and activities they are performing, that is the question also. Some organizations are very professional in nature. You will see, there is no huge number of workforce. Few numbers, say for the number is within 50 or not more than 100. But some guys are holding the very huge senior level, topmost level position and getting very higher salary because this is a professional technical organization, consulting organization. They are providing authentic, pinpoint decisions or supportive materials to the government or for the, acts as the consultant for giant companies or organizations. Then, total amount of payment and working condition. The same thing is working condition. If the atmosphere is not fine, then no one can work very smoothly. So working condition is must. Nice working condition is must and indispensable. And another is the total amount of payment. Yes, what is the total amount of payment? If this is very handsome in nature, a huge payment is there, then obviously the persons or the senior level executives or the managers, those who are working there, they can very smoothly function their daily works, routine works. They can work in a very cool brain. They can gather information and accordingly therefore go for the solution and rectification. All these things. Then there is a question of seniority. Yes, seniors, not only the seniority, there is a question also. It doesn't mean seniority is not a right indication of efficiency. Quality provider, not always. If someone wants to provide better quality, then obviously he or she should have skill, efficiency, knowledge, pinpoint analytical capacity. That should be the target and job oriented. Then there is a question of ability, and again I am telling you, ability, yes, to do a certain work skillfully, in the right time, in the right manner. That is the ability. Some of the sources are the external sources, but I don't like this thing. This is traditional concept. Actually, nothing external, nothing internal. Both things, the same thing may be external or internal also at the same time. Organizational image, yes. Organizational image, if the image of the organization is not that much level, well-flourishing, widening, then image of the management will decline. If the organizational image is higher, then positively everyone will be interested to work in that organization because atmosphere is nice, image of the organization is nice. So it's very much prospective. Tomorrow, the multi other organizations or the people will be very much inclined and interested to work here or work with this organization. And status is also concerned to education. I discussed it earlier, yes. If it's a professional, if someone wants to have an engineering report, then positively that gentleman must be, the chief one must be engineer. And his background, yes, the background from the BUET and the background from other normal academic institution is not same thing. Because the brilliant students are there admitted in BUET and the teachers are professional, brilliant, giant. Then occupational prestige, yes, where I am working, if my prestige is not positively maintained there, then I should not work there. Simply money is not enough, side by side. For the labor class people, money is there enough. But if someone is the senior level manager, then he needs dignity. For that reason, occupational prestige is very important thing. And that is also image building for the institution. And occupational image is positive, then the goodwill of the organization will explode. Age is a factor. Age is a factor, but nowadays it's not that much level factor. Even earliest one can perform better, and sometimes also old-aged guys can perform also better. If regular exercise, regular practices, right food taking, and mentally cool. That's the thing that will be possible from the side of that one to perform the very positively that job. Then age and gender. Some jobs are there which is very much positive for the male. Some are stuff from the side of the female. But nowadays, the females are now also participating and working as the military. Also, they are also using assault rifle. Yes, they are, fighter jet, they are flying fighter jets, helicopter, gunship, all these things. The naval officers are also female are there. They are swimming in the ocean. They are jumping in the ocean. They are engaged, multi-barrel weapons they are using. Like this way, the females are now in advanced position. So gender, from the owner side point of view, some owners don't like female. They stress upon the male. That's may vary in person to person, and it's a conceptual setup. Because of then the nature of industry. What is the nature of the industry? If it's service-oriented industry, then there is a question of 24 hours working sometimes. If it's an industrial industry for manufacturing goods, in that point to manufacture goods is a scheduled working hours, they are 8 hours working. If it's more than 8 hours, then overtime is needed there. So this is the things, and now I like to discuss, I might not to discuss but to mention. I like to mention one thing of Keith Davis. He says, the sources of a status are numerous, but in a typical work situation, several sources easily identified. So, sources start to identify basing upon some points, some the internal source and external source. Internal source, organizational level, nature of the job, skill, efficiency, capability, working environment. I discussed all these things earlier. And quantity of wages and salaries, seniority. These concepts, seniority is generally prevail in this Indo-Pak subcontinent. But if it is USA, then don't bother. It largely depends upon skill, efficiency, expertise. That's the thing. And the external sources, I learned the image of the institution, education, age, gender, nature of the industry. Just categorically I discussed. So, these are the things, and one another point I like to mention to discuss. That is advantages of a status. Advantages of a status. Someone is working in a certain organization, in a certain position. He or she needs to be motivated. If he or she is motivated, then they can perform best. They can give the maximum effort to the organization. In that point, that's the number one point, that is the motivating. It definitely serves to motivate those seeking to advance in the organization. I am interested, I am motivated, self-motivated. I want to work here in this institution day long. Even if needed, then I am ready to work up to midnight. Why? Because if I am here motivated, if my institution, if my organization, if my management behaves accordingly, they are providing me the higher salary, they are behaving well, very nicely, they are praising when I am doing something good, and they are also cooperating me in terms while I am performing my duties and responsibilities. All these things may charm me. Then, creation leadership. Again, Skip Davis says it helps determine who will be informal leader of a group. Status indicates, status inspires someone, yes, to be a future leader. To be a future leader. If someone is in the advantageous position, and someone is performing well, at the same time management is supporting and cooperating that gentleman, then positively he will be inclined and interested more to do better. Then improve communication. Nowadays it's very clear and indispensable that I am just delivering here, not in the classroom. Through communication devices, using communication devices, virtually I am delivering my lecture. So, write that the same way. If someone is in the management and holding a certain position, he must have the ample opportunity of enjoying communication devices so that he can very easily communicate and contact within the organization, within his surroundings, and at the same time outside the organization and even abroad. Very quickest and fastest manner he can do all these things and can develop communication so that he can take the right and authentic decision in the quickest manner, earliest manner is the better thing for him to build up his career. And then the create responsibility. Yes, responsibility, it depends with their status. As per quality, if someone is holding a certain status, then he will be very much interested and inclined, performing and behaving positively in his organization. So that is the very important thing. Then maintain stability. Yes, I am holding my right status, I am holding my right position, then I should try my level best to maintain the situation, law and order. I need to conduct regularly my subordinates and at the same time with my seniors for the better exposure of my job, my responsibility. Okay. Then the increased moral. Yes, the status defines, declares, enhances or inspires someone, individual, one, to increase moral. Yeah. So that the person, whether in the lower level, mid level, senior level management, whatever the position he is holding, he will be inclined and interested, behaving very positively, working very nicely in the right time in the scheduled period of time. And this is the thing and question I just mentioned, 3 questions. The importance, last I discussed, advantages of status. So you people, you students, it's a very important thing from your side to know status. As you are also a student of honors 3rd year, it's your status. You are a senior level students. You should be futuristic and you should have to build up your career, your academic knowledge, your extra academic curricular activities, so that in the future it will positive from your side to do right job in the right time with a cool brain. And that is the thing, what to say nowadays. We say capacity management, capacity build up. So far you are building up your capacity, you will be able to explore yourself. So that is the thing. I wish or good luck. And now another thing I like to mention, that is being a student of management, you should be fluent in English, spoken English. Mind one thing, several giant projects are now starting here in Bangladesh, but maximum investors are coming from China, Japan and the Arabian countries. Those investors, they want the people, their country, their language, they know Japanese, Chinese or English. English known, Japanese known, Chinese known people they want. And if you can't speak Japanese, Chinese, then you can't get the right job at the right salary or wages. Okay? And English is mandatory for you also. Mind one thing. Good luck. Best of luck.